This Friday night, the Hornets hit the road for their first away game of the season as they travel to Wetumpka. Last week, Chelsea opened the year with an impressive win over Charles Henderson, but this week's focus is all about cleaning up mistakes and taking another step forward. This matchup with Wetumpka carries some extra weight. If you remember, last season's meeting was an instant classic with the Hornets pulling off a dramatic come-from-behind touchdown late in the fourth quarter to seal the win. You can bet the Indians have had this one circled on their calendar since that night, and they'll be looking for payback on their home field. It's a big test early in the season, and the Hornets are ready to bring their best on the road. Coming up, we'll hear from Coach Noah Willoughby, who is one of the new coaches on the staff. We'll also be hearing from players Parker Yates, Caden Summers, Cale Hughes, and Brandon Epperson. So stay tuned because there's a lot of information coming your way as Inside the Hornets Nest starts right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm fresh out of Auburn University. I'm from Atlanta originally. Went to Auburn, worked down there at Lee Scott Academy, coaching football and baseball down there for the last about 3.5 years. Was an education major down there. This is kind of always what I wanted to do. So ended up here at Chelsea. My parents moved up here to Birmingham the last about 4 years ago, and so we love the area. Love Chelsea. They live out in Mount Laurel, so we just love it around here. And it's been great so far. The kids are awesome. Great program. Great area, great community, so just happy to be here. Yeah, it's definitely different. So at Lee Scott, it's an absolutely great program. Love all the kids there, love the guys I worked with, love the coaches. 3A program, definitely a little bit smaller, a lot less kids. Got some guys playing both ways. We were very successful in the AISA and then the HSAA. So, but it's just a step up, right? Going from 3A to 6A. Big program, got guys that are only playing one way, got a big coaching staff, guys that have been doing this for a while, really successful programs and successful careers, but it's all the same, right? The kids are the same. It's still football. So just been really enjoying it and, just embracing the differences as we go. I think we're still trying to figure out what we are, but it's just a great group of guys. They're real tight-knit, real close. We take care of each other. We do what we do, and we have our identity, and we try to stick to it. And I think that if we stick together, we work hard, we continue doing what we're doing, we're going to have a great season. Charles Henderson's, I think, by the final score, some people might be like, that's not a great football team. They're a very good football team. They're a top 10 program in 5A. They competed for a 5A state title 3 years ago and ended up losing to Ramsey, but they're a really, really good football program that's got really talented players. Offensively, obviously, I think we got some things we need to clean up. Some turnovers, some drops. We had to punt one time, but when you put up 51 points, it's really hard to complain. We had almost 500 yards of total offense, so really hard to complain on the offensive side of the ball. Defensively, obviously, I'm on the offensive side, but defensively, we played a good game. Just got to limit a couple big plays, and we'll be good on that side. So it will be good to see. We're going to take what we learned, and we're going to move into Wetumpka this week. Yeah, Wetumpka's a great program. Coach Woods does a great job there. I've watched some of the film from last year. Obviously, it being a really close football game, and we made a lot of mistakes last year from me watching it, not being there in person, but watching it on film. And I think offensively, there's a lot of stuff we can clean up, and I think there's things that we're doing better where we've got more guys that are they got another year under their belt. They're more experienced. They understand what we need to do. Wetumpka had a lot of seniors last year. They're not as deep as they were last year, but they're still a great football team. They've still got athletes. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to probably try to do a lot of the same stuff they did to us last year, and we're going to see if that works again. And we've got some stuff in for them that we've planned, and so we'll see how it goes. But I feel good about this week.
It's great. I feel like we got a lot of chemistry. We're a really tight knit group. So it's amazing playing with all the guys I've been playing with all my life. We really expected everything up until I don't even know I'll just call it the reverse. It was a really strange play. I got guard pulled my way and then the ball's going the other. It was strange, but they got us on that. It's good we saw something like that, so we're ready for it. And the flea flicker, that was unexpected. But everything else, it was about what we thought was coming. Well, the message at halftime was just keep doing what we were doing and don't get complacent. And at the end, we did get a little complacent. We let them crawl back into a game that they shouldn't have been in. So we just should have kept the foot on the throat. Well, you know, there's still the same coaching staff, so I think we can expect a lot of the same stuff. A lot of buck sweep, a lot of power read. But I think if we can replicate what we did last year, we'll be just fine. I'm trying to. It's hard to take everything in, but you know, I guess I'll figure it out. But it hasn't all gotten to me yet. I know they hear it all the time, but it flies by. It really does. It feels like yesterday I was a freshman.
The difference, I just think over the offseason, lost a little bit of weight, got a little bit more speed to me. You know, coming back from injury, going into my junior year, you know, I was a little bit slower, a little bit bigger build. So running back kind of stuck with me, kind of helped out the situation we were in with some backs being hurt. But you know, this year coming into it, being in better shape than I was previously, you know, kind of helping the receiver room out there, getting to play a little bit of A there, and work the slot. I mean, you know, everybody will kind of have a different story, but for me, it's kind of just quiet. You know, you gotta sit there, you gotta focus. You know, if you don't take it into consideration what's about to happen, you know, you kind of let it slip up, pass it by. But you know, you sit in, calm down. You know, just be ready for the moment. So I mean, I took a couple of hits going in the first quarter to the ribs and just kind of abdomen area in general, and went through. Did first half was fine. Went through halftime, it was all good. Third quarter went by, everything was going fine. Towards the end of the third quarter, took another hit to the ribs. Had coughed up some blood for about 10-15 minutes. Checked out by the trainer, took a little trip down to the Friday night football clinic, but overall nothing fractured, nothing broken, so we're working back now. Hoping to see some playing time this Friday, maybe work in, really save myself for Pelham in our eyes. I just think throughout my years, kind of, you know, whether I have stuff going on mentally, physically, whatever it is, you know, sports has always been kind of a way to, like, kind of harness, you know, whether it's anger, you know, pain, whatever it is, kind of harness that and put it into something do for good. So, you know, that's kind of where I take it and kind of how I deal with it and how I look at it. I expect a lot of the same stuff that they were doing. Obviously, they are a younger team than they were last year. They had a lot of seniors graduate on the defensive side of the ball. But they still got some key components. You know, they got some guys that play linebacker that do great. They got some D linemen that do great, and they got some secondary that know exactly what they're doing. So I mean, I think if they play off the way they're playing right now, receivers have a good night. I think they're going to load the box. So we'll see how it goes from there. I mean, it's just special. You know, all of us. I mean, there's been guys that we played with elementary school, left, and now they're back. We're all on the same team now. So I mean, ever since third grade, you know, we're all a close group of guys. You know. It really means a lot, though, to be with everybody from third grade, now seniors in high school.
So I think the offensive line completely dominated in the Charles Henderson game. We got 61 total knockdowns. Our goal was only 7, but we got 61, and I think going into the next game, they can expect even more of that. The run game is going to be amazing. I think we might get just as many touchdowns this next game. There is, but it's definitely a friendly competition. We all like to be the best that we want to be, and like to compete against each other just to see who can get more pancakes or who can make a block the best. Just trying to improving each other, but also making a competition. It's definitely different, but we try to keep the same intensity that we usually do in the games where against like a Wetumpka or a Charles Center, that we go into Spain Park, and if we keep that same intensity, usually it goes our way, but it's definitely harder than the earlier games in the season. We've been really close. We've been playing with each other since our sophomore, freshman year, and it's been the exact same O-line. We've all been friends, and I mean, we've done things together, and it's been really nice being with these guys. They'll be good. They're very young. Most of their defense is new from last year. A lot of their team defense graduated. And we can expect them to play with intensity and strength, but I feel like we know what they're going to do pretty good, and can use that against them.
Mainly just getting better. You know, throughout the season, I always want to improve. I just want our team to, you know, just be the best we can. And that's really what I'm here for. I mean, I've enjoyed it. You know, we've all been best friends ever since we were, you know, 5th grade, 4th grade, and growing up with them, being on the same team, that chemistry is unmatched. I mean, having us together is great. It's really the pressure. I mean, you know, all those people watching you. We just scored a touchdown. You got the flags waiting to go across the goal line. I mean, nobody's expecting you to miss it, so it's almost like you have to get it down, and, you know, a big priority. I'd say it's pretty important, but If worse comes to worse, I'll have to leave the laces in and hope John gets it to the goalpost. So the biggest change is really just, you know, I've gotten a lot bigger, stronger, so I've been able to contribute more, receiving wise, more kickoff return. I've been able to do a bunch of stuff out there, and if they need me for anything else, I'll be able to step up and I'll be that bigger guy that I wasn't always. They got some big linebackers. I mean, some of those guys, they know what they're doing. You know, some of those guys are new. They might not know what they're doing, but you never know what you're going to get. And seeing them, they look like a great team, and they can really just be a struggle for us. But I think we got it down.